This segment brought to you in association with Burger King.
And Mark is here now with our very first look at sports. Good evening, Mark.
Well, good evening, Lisa. A new coach has been appointed to lead the Barbados senior football team. CBC's Melissa Farley has all the details.
Barbados has appointed former national Trinidad and Tobago captain Russell Latapi as head coach on a 2-year contract. His appointment comes as Bajan Tridents bid to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals. The announcement was made this morning by BFA President Randy Harris at a media conference.
It is not just a situation of Russell looking for a job. He has been very, very interested in our team and its development. And he's happy with the talent that we have in Barbados, and he believes that he can take it to the next level. And I think that he has convinced me earlier, Clark, that he would play a very significant role in the successes of a Barbados team now and in the future.
The former Soccer Warriors attacking midfielder says he's ready for the task ahead.
I've seen the team play on numerous occasions, and I know that it is a talented bunch of players. You know, I've spoken to the technical director watching the game they played a few weeks ago, and I'm happy to say that, you know, we have a bunch of players who are talented. Most importantly, though, not only talented, but they're prepared to work very hard. You know, and I think for any coach, if you have a team that is willing to work hard, then I think that is half of the battle done. I would do my best to improve the level of the team and whatever I can do to assist in the improvement of Barbadian football, and that would improve football in the region in general. And I think everybody sitting here, that is one of our main goals, to help improve football in this region.
Latapi takes over the role from technical director Ahmed Mohamed, who held the coaching position for over a year. Melissa Farley, CBC Sports.
Switching now to basketball, where Station Hill Cavaliers have joined Barbados Lumber Company LFC and Burger King Clapham Bulls at the top of the standings on 4 points in the Co-operators General Insurance BABA Premier League. Last night at the Wildy Gym, the Cavs defeated Combined School Tridents by 26 points, 77-51, after leading at the half 36-24. Saeed Norville top scored with 14 points, while Durrani Hurley of Tridents had a game-high 18. Now, in the other game last night, KFC Orange 3 Pilots got their first win of the season when they beat Barbados Hilton Resort Warriors by 2 points, 82-80, from a 41-37 halftime lead. Darren Hurley was the high man for the Pine with 25, while Justin Pyle scored 28 for. Now, this new BABA season will see some changes to its various competitions. Now, that announcement was made at the opening ceremony recently.
President of the BABA, Francis Williams, has stated that a change in the format to the Premier League is on the cards.
Our schedules, as I said, would include Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and we are down to 7 teams based on the recent withdrawal of the Warren Sports Club. That, however, has not deterred us. What it did allow, however, is for the discussion as to whether we explore possible expansion of the league, contraction of the league. However, our discussions settled on remaining at 8. However, that cannot be achieved until next year. By doing this, we will not have a team demoted this year. However, we'll have a team promoted next year to bring us back to the desired number of 8 teams.
He also noted the changes to the knockout tournament as well.
In addition to the playing days, we've also looked at restructuring, renaming, rebranding our knockout competition. That competition will now be known as the President's Cup. And in that tournament, rather than the old single elimination format, we will now do a 2-game elimination, whereas as you're still seeded, the teams will now have to play each other twice in order to advance. What this will achieve is, especially on the second game, rather than now playing against the opposition, you will now be playing against the point spread. As you will know, the team with the bigger point spread will advance to the next round.
And the players will now be vying for the Derek Garrick Memorial Trophy in this tournament. Now, apart from the men, the women were also not to be left out.
Rather than start the season with the league, we're going to introduce 3 special 3-on-3 tournaments. The first of which will be an open tournament to any and everybody within the women's fraternity who's willing and able to play. And that will then be followed by a tournament for clubs only. The hope and type of discussion that we had is the hope that the first tournament will expose more players to what is happening in women's basketball, with the understanding that they will filter into the clubs, and then try to negate the situation we had last year where we unfortunately had a team pulling out at the last minute. So that is one of the things that we've started or will be starting in terms of trying to regenerate the women's competition.
The president of the Caribbean Basketball Confederation, Glenn Clark, revealed one of the many plans which FIBA has for the youth in the region.
Each country will have a development program, and I believe it's for athletes, boys and girls between 14 and 17. The top 5 boys and girls will then attend, but for this year, we are starting with the boys this year, and then we will roll out the program for the girls. But this is an initiative by FIBA Americas. And the top 5 boys will then attend a youth camp in San Juan, Puerto Rico in July. And out of those, from all of the countries, we have 23 countries within our region. Those will go on to Puerto Rico. And then the best 25 of those athletes will go on to the camp first in USA. And then they will continue on to the World Cup in China in August.
Among the awards, Tony Adderley walked away as the most valuable player in the women's playoffs and the league tournaments, while Lady Cougars were awarded as the league champions, with Jennifer Joseph Hackett collecting the trophy. In the Men's Premier League, LSC's John Jones got the award for the MVP in the league, sharing the playoff prize with Shamaka Brown. LSC was awarded the big trophy after being crowned the Premier League champs in 2018, while the Station Hill Cavaliers got the #1 prize in the men's knockout category.
The Ricky Skerritt presidential campaign has received a major boost with the backing of 2 cricket legends. With just a few days to go before the Cricket West Indies elections, former West Indies captain Clive Lloyd and former fast bowler Sir Andy Roberts have announced that they are standing behind Skerritt for the top spot on the regional board. Sir Andy in particular says leadership change is needed as he continues to watch Windies cricket steadily declining.
In the last 5 to 10 years, the administration has declined rapidly. Too much confusion with players, past, present, and with West Indian-born coaches. We need a change at the top. So that is why I am endorsing Ricky Skerritt and Kishore Shallow for President and Vice President of our cricket. They have assured me that they will work with all relevant stakeholders in the region to make sure that they get the best out of the region so our cricket can move forward and back to a position of respectability. At the moment, it is not there.
Staying with cricket, regulation rules came into play to determine the quarterfinalists for the 2019 G4S Masters Cricket Tournament. As the final 8 teams were confirmed from the zonal phase, organizers had to turn to the rule book after a number of teams in the zones ended on the same points.
It's Rule 11C. In that match, it says if that match was a tie or no result, the team or the teams did not play each other, the higher run rate throughout the preliminary rounds then applies. So in the case where I said to you that you had in Zone D, Isolation Cavaliers on 18 points, Wanderers on 16 points, North Stars on 16, and the Barbados Cricket League on 16. Now, in Zone D, Wanderers qualifies based on regulation like I say 11B, because by virtue of defeating both North Stars and the Barbados Cricket League in the preliminary matches. So Wanderers having beaten both of them, then that's how they got their qualification ticket into the quarterfinals, the last 8.
So after applying that rule for elimination, here are the teams that will meet for Saturday's quarterfinals.
Pickwick against the Wanderers at Foursquare Oval. Wildy against Benfica at the Samuel Jackman Institute of Technology. BNOC against University of the West Indies at Woodburn, and this could be a final in any competition. Isolation Cavaliers will be at home to the Police team down at their lovely ground at KMV in St. Andrew. And then on the next day, the Sunday, we're going to have the semi-finals where the winners of these quarterfinals will play the two semi-finals. And then we have the grand finals on the last day of the month, the 30th.
Just a reminder, teams are vying for the top prize of $2,500. Ricky Walker rode Inspired Adventure to victory in the Louis Corbin Memorial Handicap. It was the featured race in the honoring of the former Barbados Turf Club employees race day at the Garrison Savannah recently.
As they go now past the departure point, and it is still Brigadier Wood in front. He's been there every step of the way. Steeling is in second position. Tamarama is coming with a run. Inspired Adventure is circling horses on the outside. And Arrowhead will have a lot of work to do as they come within the furlong and a half to go. And it is still Brigadier Wood in front. On the outside, here comes Inspired Adventure, and down the stretch they come, and it is Brigadier Wood. Inspired Adventure picks him up and laying him down. Oh, there's a bunch of banging on the outside. It's Inspired Adventure. Inspired Adventure will get home. Tamarama was second. Brigadier Wood third. Summer again was hampered badly in the straight. Then came Jackman and the Gap, Steeling and Arrowhead. They've completed the trip in 1:53 flat.